Hi guys, welcome back to Sunset Wildlife's YouTube vlog channel. My name is Margaret. I am the lead wildlife specialist here at SWC. In this episode, we are doing our final part of making diets. This is part 3 of making diets for our animals. This is our series where we show you day to day of what we do here at SWC at an exotic animal sanctuary. So let's get started.
Okay, let's get started. So first thing I'm going to do is organize all of our cups. I'm just going to split them between cat and fox, and then I'm going to meal prep some of the fox's dog food. He does get a high protein dog food, and depending on the weather, I will actually add dog food day by day just to make sure that he is getting fed enough to make it through these long winter days. Now next I'm going to cut up some tilapia here. I do use other fish, but tilapia or a whitefish is the main thing that I use. I just kind of add the other ones in for a treat if I have them or if they're on sale or someone donates them. Next we have some chicken legs. So these would be like drumsticks if you were eating chicken wings. So I will cut up some of the meaty parts for the fox, and then I actually cut up the entire thing in half for Jack, our Geoffroy's cat, because he has the bite force to bite through this bone, and then he eats most of the bone. Sometimes he'll leave little pieces, but for the most part, he almost eats the entire bone of the chicken. Now, when starting my YouTube channel, I wanted to show you guys exactly what it's like at an animal sanctuary. So this is a part of what I'm doing with this. I'm showing you, I pretty much pre-prep the fox and the Geoffroy's cat's diets days in advance. So this is about 8 to 9 days worth of diets for them. So instead of doing this every single day and having to have a raw chicken pulled all the time, this just makes it so much easier to make the diets ahead of time and then to pull every single day, and that also helps keep the food the freshest for the animals. So that's what we're doing here. I'm just keep chopping up other parts of the chicken. So I like to use all different parts. So you saw me cutting up the legs earlier. Now I'm cutting up an actual breast. I usually have some kind of, you saw liver in there. I like to get the hearts. There's also gizzards that I will use. And then I'm just cutting up a bunch more chicken breast with this. I use a lot of whole birds as well. Those ones are great because I really can use every single part of the chicken. Now I will use other stuff if it's on sale. Sometimes I'll use different pork or beef products, but that is rare. I will use turkey as well, especially during the holidays when it's on sale a lot. But chicken and whitefish are my main feeders. I just use the other ones as treats if they are on sale or if they get donated. So I'm finally done chopping all of that meat. I'm gonna put lids on everything, and then I'm gonna stick most of these into the freezer, but I am gonna keep out one for the fox and one for the cat for the fridge so that I can use it for the next day. All the rest of these are going to get loaded into the freezer, so come along while I load the freezer. All right, all done. We are prepped for the next 9 to 10 days. So now that we're food prepped, let's focus on feeding them today. So this is Jack's diet. We are going to put in a half a scoop of these vitamins and nutrients. Is specific for felines in captivity. You lose a lot of nutrients when you freeze chicken and other things, so that's what we're adding back in. You will see this done a lot with dolphins as well and other animals that are in captivity in zoos and aquariums to try to add all those nutrients. It's kind of like a multivitamin for people. Now we're going to dump all of Jack's into one bowl, and we're going to train him in a little bit and then feed him. Next, we are going to do the foxes. Now, I already put, you can see some vegetables in there. It's also egg day, so you can see a little button quail egg in there. But I will separate his because he's going to get an entire bowl for shifting. So I will show you guys that in just a second as well. He's going to get that. I added a little bit of water just to keep him kind of hydrated. It also slows him down from eating too crazily. All right, let's go feed the fox and the cat. So this is Jack. He is a Geoffroy's cat. They are small South American cats. So we're going to start with Jack over here. He's marking his territory back there. So we're going to start first with a training session. All right, let's train Jack. Now Jack here knows a couple different behaviors. You can watch a training video all about animal training. It's a series that I am starting on our YouTube channel, so you can go back and watch that. There is a link in the description. If you want to learn a little bit more about animal training, there is another training session with Jack there as well. Now, Jack here knows a couple different behaviors. You can see him doing the up behavior here. You saw some paw behaviors. He knows how to target. He knows a side behavior and a sit. I'm working on training him a down behavior. This is his least favorite, is the paw, so it's the hardest one for me to get him to do because it's just for some reason his very least favorite. You can see he's marking right there with his chin.
Jack, paw. No.
He tried and missed that one, so I'm going to take away and do something else. So I had him do a sit instead of the paw, and we'll try the paw again here in a minute.
Good, Jack.
Now you can see I'm teaching him to do the down.
Good boy. Good, Jack. Down. Good.
There you go. There it was. You saw that. It was a good down right there.
Good.
And we tried the paw, so he is doing great. And we're going to shift him now. So he's going to get a piece of food for shifting, and then the rest of his food is going to go in his house. I'll either use it for enrichment, sometimes I'll spread it around, but sometimes I just let him have it right in his bowl and give him something else for enrichment. Smacking us as he's waiting.
Try to get her doing that, but now he doesn't want to do it. Another true video.
Now we're going to feed Jack the rest of this. Sometimes I spread it out, but that's not the enrichment today, so we're just going to put this in a different spot. I normally put it in a different spot every day for him, so that he has to use his little nose to be able to find it. Okay, now let's just shift Jack back onto exhibit. I've already done all the cleaning, changed waters, all that. This is just making diets, so I focused
On the diet portion, but let's see if he can find his food. Out Jack eating a bone. This is so crazy because they have double the bite force of a domestic house cat. They are able to break through bone, and this is actually a healthy part of Jack's diet. in the wild, they would of course be eating whole prey items. So we want to make sure that we're giving him things like bones so that he can get enough calcium in his diet that should be required. This is super important for not only Geoffroy's cats, but for exotic cats in captivity. So next, we're going to feed the fox. So I'm going to show you the food that we prepped earlier. We're going to shift him with it.
Oh my gosh, you're just a wild man.
He is super crazy because he was a neglect case. If you guys want to watch his full animal spotlight video, it is up already. I've put a link in the description. Okay, so I did the same thing. I cleaned his house, I gave him fresh water, and then I put a little bit of dog food in his house just for him to find in a little bit. We're going to do his training session now, where he gets most of his raw food and high protein food. So like that raw chicken you saw me cut, the fish, all of that. So we're going to do a little training session with him. So if you watch his animal rescue story, then you know that he is a neglect case, like I said earlier. So he is much crazier about food than Jack is. Jack we raised as a kitten. So it makes sense that Jack has always had a meal. He has never missed a meal. The fox is a completely different case. So it's much harder for me to teach him to do things like sits, stays, downs, stuff like that. I'm teaching him lots of high energy behaviors so that he can kind of get out that release of energy and do things like the jumping. So definitely go back and watch his rescue story and you can find out a little bit more about him.
It's gonna be horrible.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed feeding out our animals. This was a lot of fun. The next part of our animal series is going to be cleaning the animals, which is obviously another huge part of our day. I'm not going to cut that one into 3 parts because a lot of it's obviously repetitive. So check that out. Make sure you guys like, you comment, you subscribe so that you get notified whenever we post that next video in our series. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Action for videos. There he goes. Pony Express. Crazy wife, crazy life.